Jerry Kittles that played with the New Jersey Nets.
Yeah, I think he went to Villanova.
Royal, who at Notre Dame, plus Harold Sylvester, who's probably best known for his role on Married with Children as Al Bundy's sidekick.
Yeah, and then another Harold Nash. He's the Patriots strength and conditioning coach.
Strength and conditioning coach, that's correct.
Right.
That's correct.
Would you say Green Ellis is maybe one of the well-known alumni at St. Augustine? Are there any maybe plaques or anything?
Very much so.
Yep.
Very much so. If for no other reason, just the name alone.
Right.
Because it's, it adds such a ring to it and everything. I mean, down here, everybody laughs. And actually, we refer to him as the law firm that I think Chris Berman called him on
ESPN.
Doing the highlights.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that, whether or not the law firm nickname was something that kind of was apparent in high school.
We kind of tease him about it whenever we see him, and we all kind of refer to him way down here.
That's great. Now, Green Ellis is known for his power running game, and he doesn't really lose his yardage. He's always falling forward. Is that kind of similar to the type of running style?
I mean, the style of play and everything is pretty much similar to when he was here. He was a big, quick, fast kid, and I think he also participated on the track team as well. But he always was that kind of player, and he had that kind of determination that he wouldn't lose yards. I know at one point, the question was posed to me early on about whether or not he had ever fumbled the football here, and I talked to one of the former coaches. I had seen him at a function. And I asked him that question, and he said he couldn't remember Ben ever fumbling the football here. I said, no, it's been a very long time since he even had a fumble or anything. So, and part of that is his determination to make sure that he's always doing something for his teammates.
Well, Cliff, I'm glad you brought that up, and I appreciate that information, because that's one of the other questions I was actually going to ask, because as you said, remarkably, Green Ellis has not fumbled in his 4-year career in the NFL, and I did kind of search back and take a look at his college career. I think he went to Indiana University for a couple of years, and then he went over to Ole Miss, and during his 4-year college career, he did not fumble at all. My question was going to be that, whether or not you recall him fumbling at all during high school, and it sounds like you haven't.
I could not, and as I said, after the question was posed to me, I talked to one of the former coaches, and he couldn't remember either. And so we believe that he had not actually committed a fumble in a varsity football game, at all. So It's been quite a long time since he's put the ball on the floor.
Yeah,
on the ground.
If ever. I have a feeling he may have never fumbled in his life.
Sure.
Which is that's great. I mean, was ball security something that the football team at St. Augustine kind of ingrained into their players?
I can't say that it was something that they ingrained in, but I just think that it had something to do with just his determination and his own personal, mantra that he wasn't going to do anything to hurt his team or his teammates, and I think part of that has kind of lasted on him, and that's the reason why he's like he is with the football, in terms of protecting the football, and also in terms of just the way he carries himself on the field and off the field. Right.
Well, we're as Patriot fans here, we're certainly glad to have him, and he's going to be certainly a important part of our offense and whatnot. So, Cliff, I just wanted to very much thank you for taking the time here today and speaking with me, and I appreciate all the in-depth answers and whatnot, and thank you very much.
I appreciate the call, and go Patriots.
That's right. All right, Cliff, we'll take care. All right, thank you. All right, bye-bye. Well, I think that went great. Clifford seems like a wonderful individual, and I can certainly understand why St. Augustine High is a very prominent school. However, after I filmed and recorded the interview with good old Cliff Barth, myself and my quality control team here at the Dynasty Podcast, within the Riverdale Gazette productions here, we actually discovered a little bit of intel, a little bit of information that sheds a little bit of light on the question as to whether or not the law firm Jarvis Green Ellis Hobbs III has ever fumbled in his life. And don't mean to throw Mr. Cliff Barth under the bus. However, I believe at one point during his interview, he did either state or imply that during Green Ellis's college career, that he did not fumble. He certainly confirmed that during his high school career, through a third party, that he did not fumble. And we all know that during the Patriots career, Ben Jarvis has not fumbled. So the question at hand here is, did he fumble during his college years? And the answer is yes. The law firm, according to my calculations, I dig deep into the archives of the University of Indiana, which is where Ben Jarvis went for his first 2 seasons, and then for his last 2 seasons, he was at Ole Miss. And I searched deep into the archives, and I actually came to the conclusion, the answer, which is that Ben Jarvis Green Ellis fumbled 7 times while playing for the University of Indiana during his freshman and sophomore seasons, and he transferred over to Ole Miss, where he fumbled 3 times during his junior and senior years. That makes a grand total of 10 times that the law firm fumbled during his life, all during his college years. Never fumbled during high school. I'm going to probably go out on a limb and say he never fumbled during Pop Warner or JV. Never fumbled as a professional. So it was just those 4 years in college. I don't know what was going on. I don't know if maybe he was partaking in some sort of college events that led him to maybe not concentrate as much on, securing the football. Maybe some sort of homosexual event. I'm not sure. Maybe lubrication was involved, which kind of got the ball slick. Maybe his hands. I don't know. However, I am very proud to report and be the first reporter here to bring to you this information. Feel free to spread the word. Ben Jarvis Green Ellis has fumbled in his life 10 times during his college year. Bam.
That was this week's Dynasty Podcast interactive segment.
So there it is, bub. Turns out Green Ellis has fumbled 10 times, and it was all in his college career. What do you think?
I was starting to think that we could have some type of carnival game where you have to make Ben Jarvis Green Ellis fumble, and it's you can't win it because he's never fumbled. It turns out he has.
Yeah.
And that kind of, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of tears in my heart a little bit.
But you know what?
I'm upset.
He still hasn't fumbled in the NFL. Now on the Bengals, doing a good job for the Hong Kong Cavs.
But that's just like
it's not the same.
That's great.
It's
but
not the same.
No, not the same at all.
It's like having an ice cream in your freezer instead of the ice cream from an ice cream truck. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
That's going to do it, bub. Thank you all for listening to episode number 4 of the Tom Berkowitz Trucking Dynasty Podcast. Thank you to Coach Jae Young Kim, and thank you to Cliff Barth.
Don't forget, you shitheads, if you'd like to contribute in any way, shape, or form to the Riverdale Gazette this season, email your contribution to the dynastycommissioner@gmail.com.
That's right, bub. I'd like to apologize to Pat Tillman's family.
Me too.
This is Commissioner Scooper.
And this is Bub Palucha.
Good luck in week 3. Over and out.
See you.
Hi, this is Ren Geyer. I'm the guy who brought the world Nerf and the Twister game. And this episode of Dynasty Podcast was brought to you by Tom Berkowitz Trucking. Smart and dependable service that goes a long way. Tom Berkowitz Trucking, it doesn't